Hello friends, if you are working in the CO and you want to run transaction code KP06 and you are getting the error. So for example, here I am running transaction code KP06 and I am getting this error called fund accounting active layout 1-101 is not suitable. So why this error is coming, we will discuss it and how we will be able to fix it. So first of all, why this error is coming, let me open one more screen and I will follow the path SPROIMG. So I will go to the option public sector management. I will open it. And then we need to go to the option fund management government. Then we have the basic setting and we can click on this option called activate a global fund management function. So here our fund accounting or our funds management is activated. So if you are not using the funds management for your company code, then you can deactivate and you can save it. But if you are using the fund management, then just keep this checkbox selected and then you need to come out of here and then you need to just go to the path. So under the public sector management, there is another path called general setting for the public sector management. We need to open it and then we will further go to the basic setting account assignment element and then we will go to this option called activate the account assignment element. So you can just see here, we have been given the FM assignment like the fund, functional area, grant or funded program. If we have selected any of these checkboxes and you are running the transaction code KP06, then system is going to give you this kind of error message. So if you don't want to work on this fund accounting, then you can remove the checkbox from here, save, and then you will be able to fix that error. That is option one. Second option is if you want to keep this FM assignment activated, you want to work on fund or functional area or grant, and you also want to maintain the values in the KP06. For that, what we need to do? So let's find out. So why this error is coming? Because as per the system, you have activated the fund accounting. Like here, we can just see the example. In our system, fund accounting is activated. We have selected this checkbox. It is saying that with this fund accounting activation, so this normal layout will not work. The layout, standard layout provided by the SAP, so that will not work. And the transaction code KP06, which we normally use, so that picks the layout from the standard layout provided by the SAP. So these are the layouts provided by the SAP. Like we have the layout. It is SAP 101, 102, 103, and SAP all. So in this case, what we need to do? So we don't need to change the layout provided by the SAP. We need to create a new layout. So we need to add that particular FM assignment that we have activated over here. So for example, in our scenario, we have activated the fund accounting and we have activated here the fund. So system is expecting that this should be part of the new layout which you will be creating. So how we will be able to create a new layout and we will be able to add that fund field in that. So we need to first run the transaction code. It is KP65. So we can take the reference of the existing layout provided by the SAP. So we can take the reference from this layout. It is 1-101 and we will be creating our new layout ID. So the new layout ID I am creating with the ID Z1-101 and this is what? This is the Z planning layout. So this is the Z planning layout for the company code, let's say 2999, and here we will be giving the reference of the existing standard layout provided by the SAP, which is 1-101. So after that we need to click on the create button. Then on this screen we need to click on this button called new lead column and we need to double click on this question mark field, and here you can just see on the right side, we have been given your available characteristics. From this list, one by one, you can choose your FM assignment. So since we have only activated the fund, so we can pick the fund and add here. But if you are working on the multiple FM assignment, like the functional area, funded program, grant, so then one by one, you can just add those fields over here. So let's say here, along with this fund, we also want to add the functional area. So functional area we also want to add here. So once again we can just give the reference, and once again we can click on the create button, and here we can just click on the lead column and double click on this. So now we can just see along with the fund, system has started showing you your new FM assignment, that is the functional area. So if you will also activate these checkboxes like for the grant and funded program, so system will also show you those FM assignment in this list. So now what we need to do, so one by one we need to add the relevant or required FM assignment. So for example, we need to first add the fund. So I'll pick the fund and I'll move this fund on the left side. So click on this move button, select both the check boxes, and after that we can just click on the check button, and then we can just click on the confirm button. So local variable means, so we will be able to enter it manually. So we can just click on the confirm button. Then system is going to show you this pop-up that this field which you have added fund, it is going to accept the value as a characteristics value or the name. So you can enter as a characteristics value. So you can just see the fund has come here. Likewise, we can also add the functional area. So we can click on the, again we can click on the new lead column, and again double click on this. Again we need to pick the required FM assignment, so in this case it is the functional area. Then we can move it on the left side, select both the check boxes, and then we can check and confirm. Again we can accept it with the characteristics value, and then we can press enter button. So now we can run another transaction code, that is KP34. Transaction code is KP34. So we can see we have a standard profile ID. It is SAP 101 102. So we can pick 101 and we can create a new profile ID with prefix Z. So it is Z SAP 101 profile. And in this we can just say that we have also, so we want to add here the field like the fund and functional area. So there is a space constraint. So here I'm going to remove this text. So it is going to add the fund and function area field as well. So let it be functional area. And then we can just press enter button. So here it is saying that the dependent data copied, okay. And then we need to just save it. Click on the save option. Now we can select this profile. We have created it as ZSAP 101. And we need to go to the general controlling. So in the general controlling, so we can pick the first row, that is the cost element activity, and then we can go to the option called layout for the controlling. Double click on this, and here the layout which we have created the new layout, so that we can add, and the existing layout we can remove because this is a standard one. So this we want to remove, and we want to add, first you save it, and we want to add that layout which will also have the field relevant for the fund accounting, that is the fund and functional area. So we can press F4, it will show you your form as well. So here we can just see we have our form ID, it is Z1-101. So pick this layout, press enter, and then we can save it. Click on the save option. We can just go back. So we can now come out of here, and again we will try to run the transaction code KP06. And here what we need to do, so because those field we have added, those FM rated field we have added under the layout Z101, so that we need to pick here. So just press F4. So here you need to pick your profile ID, which is ZSAP 101, and after that press enter button. So now you can just see system has given you the screen through which you will be able to add your plan data. But here if you just notice, it is showing you the cost center activity and cost element is missing. So it is showing you the fund, okay. So if you want to replace this fund with the cost element, for that again you go to that layout, that is KP65 So here we can go to the option change and just double click on the layout. So you can just see here we have the fund. So we can double click on this and we can remove this checkbox variable on and off. So we can remove both the checkboxes and then we can click on the check confirm. So here we need to give some default value. So let it be the default value as 2999 and then we can just click on check confirm. Likewise, we can give some default value for the functional area as well. So remove both the checkboxes. So let it be the functional area as 1000. Again check confirm. So now we can save it and we will see the impact of this change on the layout. So once again we can go to the transaction code KP06 and once again we can select our profile which is Z SAP 101. So it is saying that this functional area 1000 doesn't exist. So we can create this functional area or we can take any existing functional area. So functional area we will be able to create and display with the help of transaction code F underscore function enter. And here let's say we have just display the existing functional area we have. So we have 0001. So I want to default this 0001. And again I will go here and I will default this 0001. Now check and confirm and save. And once again we can run transaction code KP06. So here we can just see. So system is showing you your KP06 screen with this layout we have designed. It is Z1-101. So here we can enter the version. Then we can also enter the period and relevant fiscal year. Then we can also give here the cost center. And then we can also give here the cost element for which we want to do the planning. Then we can click on the form based or free. So let it be form based and overview. So it is saying that the 2999 fund doesn't exist. So we'll be able to create it. In order to create the fund, so we can run transaction code FM5I and let it be the fund ID 2999. And here we can give the text. Let it be operating fund, operating fund. We can give the date validity and save. So once again, we can click on the overview screen. Now the system has also added this field in the table. So for example, the planned value we want to enter, it is 100,000. Press enter button and then you will be able to save it. So you can just see the data has been posted.